Hey YouTube, it's your girl Javina Love back with another video. Welcome back, welcome back. How are you doing, my busy bees? Staying busy, I hope. Keeping it sexy. I mean, why not? We have nothing else to do. I've been noticing a lot of new boxes on certain channels that are naughty. But to each his own. It would be nice, but that's a little personal. But anyways, you're not here for that today. You're here because I want to give this palette from the Makeup Institute, also slash Hank and Henry, a few more go-arounds. I figured, why not bust out with some serious looks? I mean, they're categorized almost in trios of looks, each one's, or in quads of looks, or even just, you know, a simple 2-eye look. You know what I mean? So I figured we will try this palette for a week. Yes, ma'am. So you may end up with a video every day with one palette. I want to give each palette a dedicated real go round, so why not? You know, it's important that we do, because if not, it's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to be a basic, you know, look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my eyes just using a Morphe concealer. I've been trying different primers with all my eyeshadows to see which ones would work best, which ones would adhere best, which ones would be, you know, best for that eyeshadow, because not all eyeshadow primers work with different shadows, especially when they have pigments. Now this eyeshadow palette says eyeshadow, but it performs like pigments, which is, you know, one of your girl's favorite performing ways of eyeshadow to perform is like a pigment. Because I'm like, yes ma'am. I like my eyeshadows to really pop in the face and knock you down. So with that in mind, let's set our eyes with a little Bella Pierre. Also, I really enjoyed my girl It's Amanda, the way she did her swatching style, and with my wrist being out of commission and I can only use it for a very short amount of time, I'm going to try the same style. I'm going to swatch this whole palette for you, but I'm going to have the camera facing just my arm, that way you can relax and be able to give you all the tea. You know, we're going to prime my arm, we're going to have it not primed, we're going to do a good go around the swatches and see what works. Because, you know, a lot of people say swatches aren't everything, but sometimes they can be. Sometimes they give you just a vague idea of what you're looking for, right? So, to give this palette a try, I've already done the bottom three, which is the black, the teal, and the shimmery teal. I did that for my girl Nicole's birthday. So we're going to go up or in between and do something that we've never done before. So I'll go straight across to this bottom row. This one right here, where it's like a light lilac-y blues and green and a shimmery gray. It's not a shimmery, it's literally a shimmery gray. So let's get that going with a nice, this brush from Medusa's Makeup is really good for pigments, but also it's very good for these really densely pressed shadows. I just my personal find. And you know your girl can't do just 3 colors. I'm going to have to jump around over here to these 2 matte browns to warm up my crease. That is just the most appropriate way to do it. Give ourselves a transition shade Ooh, that's more like a burgundy. It looks brown in the pan. But I am not complaining that it's a beautiful mauvey burgundy color. And I'm just going to keep blending it up and out. Because I did put a, just a little dab, one little dab in here. And it still acted like I was doing some big things. That's why I really love that pop, that boom of pigment for my skin tone. So if you're one of my lighter sisters, I would suggest, so you don't have the super vamp, go in a little more gentler than I did. Because there's no kickback. I just literally had that much on the brush. And I'm going to show you. I stamped it in, wiped it on, and the girl is just... This is a good color. He really did this. I actually need a little more on this one because gotta have it matching. There we go. I'm gonna attempt to do the palette for the week, but it would be so hard for me not to have more than, 5 colors in one eye look, because you always want to do a transition shade, you want to do a pop, in the center sometimes. We've got all these different cut crease styles, and, it's just one of those things. You're like, how am I going to use this whole palette without trying to use all the colors and look like, Rainbow Bright? Which nobody's knocking Rainbow Bright. She is next to a Care Bear. She was my sister's and my best friend, Rainbow Bright, and Punky Brewster, because, it was like, your girl had style with all the colors. She didn't have to worry about matching nothing. But I love the way this sat down. Like, this is literally kind of a one and done color where you could do, like I said, a one and done, So I'm going to have to go into this very pale color up here, which I know is good to blend out under my brow. It's a pinky brown, but it's a nice brown. Very neutral. And you'll know what color I'm talking about, especially when I do the swatches, because this palette does deserve some swatches. It deserves it. It demands it. It should be honored. So, now into this teal. I don't know if I want the teal in the center or at the end, because the teal is a very matte teal. And the blue is got a little shimmer to it. Let's just go with the teal. And we're going to put that right here. Now that had a little kick up and a little dust on the eye and cheek. So of course you see I'm doing my eye makeup first. Especially when I really don't know a palette. As you can see, it's all on my nose here too. When I don't know a palette, I attempt to not put my foundation on first, because it could be a hot mess. It doesn't matter how much you kick it off, which I find this, after putting, I've seen a lot of gurus do that, where they'll grab their shadow and then pop, pop. You just put it on your brush. What are you doing knocking it off your brush? That's just $3-4 worth of product you just knocked on the floor by the time you finish your eye. True enough, it's the same or less on your eye, on your cheek, but it's not on the floor now, at least this way. I don't know. It's my own little selfish thought of wasteful makeuping. Okay, well, I thought it was going to turn out terrible, but no. I like a good burgundy and blue combo. That looks really good together. So this palette has a really beautiful handful of colors and a handful of transition shades without being overloaded with a bunch of neutrals, which is very important for somebody of my melatonin, because neutrals are great, but sometimes, just sometimes, you don't want to always wear just a darker shade of raccoon on your eye. For me, at least, it looks like I'm wearing my raccoon eye when I do too many neutral browns and don't add a pop of burgundy or something to it. Now my heart tells me that this color could be a whole lot more beaming in my look, but to the camera it looks perfect. So I'm not going to play with it. I'm not going to mess with it. I was going to, but I'm not going to mess with it. Because it looks really good. Now we're going to go into that tealish blue. Well, it's not teal. It's more like a eggshell blue, I guess you would say. I don't know. I don't know my colors all the way like that. It's probably something I should learn. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just a makeup enthusiast, a makeup lover. You know, your girl just really love makeup. And since that is not sticking, we're going to need some setting spray. But I would love to be a makeup artist one day, grow up and be a makeup artist. But if not, I can always just, you know, stick to my roots of just loving makeup and creating some very intriguing looks. Now I'm keeping this one right in the center because that teal really did take over. And then I want, you know, it all to blend into that silver. So I basically just brightened up the eye a lot. And I'm just going to bring that across because it is shocking. So she's not blending out very well unless you blend it all the way. And that kind of just changed the color. Just a little bit. You see that? How it changed this eye color? It changed it tremendously. So I need to go back to thinking about maybe 2 shadows, maybe no more than 3. As you see all this fallout underneath here looking like I'm from the underworld, or what is that other Waterworld, how they had their makeup on. But yeah, thinking of 2 colors would be just fine with this palette. Because with this little light shimmer on top, this like sheen blue shimmer is everything. So I'm going to just take that all over the lid. Not to dismiss that turquoise, is just, it looks so much prettier with this. I like that shimmer. It looks really good with the shimmer. Oops. Poke my little mirror into my shadow here. Okay. And I'm using the same brush. I'm just using a color switch because this seems to pick up so much better than any other brush that I have tried on this palette. No, not gonna lie. This brush also picks up very well in this palette. So there are a couple of brushes that pick up very well and you don't lose a lot of your color. And this is without it being wet. That's silver. And she's pretty. She is a pretty silver. And I'm gonna have to mix a little of that silver, well, a lot of silver with a little of that blue to blend it together. No harsh lines here, ladies. No harsh lines here, gentlemen. We want it to be seamless. Did you see? Just blow away the excess to make it easier for yourself instead of trying to wipe it. Yeah. Okay. I mean, this is new to me. This is a whole new color scheme that I have not tried before. And I'm just going with the flow of the layout of the palette. I think that works good. The layout of the palette, you know? Let's get a couple makeup wipes. Let me clean up and come back and show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so what do you think? I ended it with a little bit of Better Than Sex mascara. For those who don't wear lashes, I figured I would give it a chance without lashes. And I used my Hank and Henry with the weird name, but it's blue, bleakity blue liner. You can see it's beautiful blue. Let me give you a little swatch of that. So I put that on my upper lid, and then on my waterline, I smoked it out real well with this green from Wet n Wild to give me just a little pop of color. And I ended it with my Bite Beauty Dose of Color Nude because I figured, you know, keep it neutral since the eyes are popping and they're more of a, honestly, they're more of a 60s vibe. And I like that. So, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I cannot wait to try the next look. Now, in camera, I can see that there's a little separation here. But in the mirror, which I'm using this mirror, what you see is actually the silver and the blue kind of overlaying each other. So, as I keep playing with this palette, I will learn more and more about it. But I do like this little look. It came out pretty nice. So, alright, my busy bees. Don't forget to keep it sexy. Always walk in a room mask first. Cover your eyes, cover your arms, protect yourself. Don't forget that I love you. And if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling down, reach out to any one of us on YouTube here. Any one of us in our little makeup community. We are here for you. We know how it is. I have lost 2 so far just this year, and I regret that they did not reach out to me. Now, I have reached out to them. But life changes for all of us. And just keep yourself safe, keep your family safe. And know that there are people out there that care about you. And when you want to leave this world on those circumstances, we miss you more. And I would rather miss you while you're here. You know, not being able to see you because of quarantine. But still, you'll be here for me to hug when this is all over. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share. You know, any little thing to help your girl out. I'm trying to do lives. I'm trying to build up this YouTube like I'm supposed to. I also have in the description box below if you want to help me out. There are 2 sites that I am affiliated with for lashes. Chic Beauty and Alyssa Beauty Cosmetics. Beautiful lashes, full false mink, full mink, squirrel. They have them all. Check them out. You won't be disappointed. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.